Hey everybody, I just wanted to make a quick video about screwdrivers and um, what I feel like you actually need individual screwdrivers for, in my opinion, as someone who's been in the trade for 4 years, um, and which ones I think are actually worth getting a real like full-on screwdriver for that purpose. Um, for me, I think primarily you need a screwdriver for a flat. You're going to be using it as a beater, and you're going to be using it for wall trim, like plate screws, and also for an insane amount of other things. Prying, um, uh, just a flat is great. I have this one from Klein sold on Amazon. I think this is an 8-inch shank, and this is awesome. I'm such a big fan of this 1/4-inch shank flat 8-inch size. It's awesome. It's helped me out in so many cases. I can't even probably begin to say all the situations that this has helped me in. That extra, getting the longer size definitely helps out a lot. In terms of a beater screwdriver, I don't really know if I've, honed in on the greatest thing out there, but I do think having a variety of sizes is smart. For instance, I don't know if you can really tell, but like all of these have maybe their different drawbacks and advantages. What I use this guy for, and I guess what it's mostly marketed as, is a demo screwdriver. Uh, and one of the reasons I might use it more than others is it's one of my longer demo screwdrivers that I have. And it also has a square shank, which really helps for prying. And sometimes it will get you into places that other ones can't. Like, for instance, like I can't pry with this one because it's a square shank, but they did it on like its end, so you can't pry the same way you can with this demo one as you can with this guy. And the same is true of this. Like, it's more slender, but the head on this is like something like, I don't know if it's 3/8. It might be even 7/16. It's really large. And then this one's like a 3/8, and then this one's I think this one's maybe 5/16. But just having that variety of sizes covers you for a whole variety of things. And also, I think sometimes just having a beater that is, I don't abide by this 100%, but I do think having a beater that is like exclusively just for beating the crap out of is smart, so that you don't end up having a chipped head on your screwdriver. Like, I probably abuse this one more than I should, and I guess it really hasn't started doing that at all, but you can start to see some places where the metal is, showing signs of wear. So having a demo flats of a variety of sizes, I think, is a smart idea. I guess because we're talking about screwdrivers, I will say that I personally don't really understand the advantage of Wera's shape to their screwdrivers. I don't get it. I don't think it makes sense to do a screwdriver like this. I think this works perfectly. Like, if I don't have a screw, but like if I was here and doing this, like, this is just so fast and so natural. Like, I don't understand why you would need this. I don't know. And then when you're trying to use the screwdriver like this, I don't know, it just doesn't work. Like, you have to use it like this for it to have an advantage. And like, you can do it this with this screwdriver, but you can also do like this. I don't know. In my opinion, I don't know if I'm doing it wrong. You can tell me if I'm doing it wrong. I just am not a fan of the way that their material feels. I think the plastic kind of degrades sort of quickly. Yeah, I don't know. It's an option. I'm just not that big of a fan of Wera. anyways, just wanted to touch on that. I have this 14-in-1, and I think it's awesome. I don't understand why these exist. I personally have maybe used this once in the entirety of my career. They've come out with a pass-through version recently, and I might see an advantage to that, to having that one. But like if you, like for instance, because I just bought all of the nut drivers from Klein, that they're individually like 1/4 inch, 5/16, 3/8, 7/16, all the way up. I think the set only goes to something weird. It doesn't go to 3/4. It's like a, I think it just goes to like 11/16 or something. It goes to some weird size. It might be 5/8, honestly, but they just came out with a pass-through one, and I'm maybe curious about that because I have all of their hollow shank nut drivers that are individual pieces, and I really only use the 9/16, and when we're using 1/4 inch all thread, I will use the 7/16 one. But just having it all in one tool, I can see that advantage. But this is the older one that is not pass through, and honestly, I think it's just junk. I can't really think of a use for having that. But this is awesome. I carry this on me every single day in my pouches. It covers you for 3/4, which can be anything from light poles or certain hardware on like gear that you need to take off. Usually that's on bigger studs, so you're gonna need a deeper socket, but it can help you out in a pinch. And like 9/16, there's a lot of 3/8 all thread hardware that is 9/16. You're gonna use that a lot. You'll run into 1/2 inch. You'll run into 7/16. If you're taking off panel covers, 3/8 is gonna be there all the time. If your work gives you self tappers that are hex, 5/16 is gonna cover you. There is 1/4 inch stuff as well. I think this set is just awesome, and what's cool too, it's like an all-in-one carry case. Like Klein gives you a number 1 square, a number 2 square, Phillips 1, Phillips 3. I probably should take that out. I'm never going to use that. Another flat. It's got some Torx bits too. I think this thing is just amazing. I think everyone should. I think this is two different tools put together, but this just helps me out. I use this like every day, if not like every day, like every 2 days. I'll either use the bits or I'll use the nut drivers, but either part of this I use every single day. This thing is amazing. And then this is more specialty, but I think it's smart to have. You can have a little security bit set on you, but I think just having this at all times is smart. It's just a security bit screwdriver. There's a lot of random equipment that requires you to use a security bit style, and if you don't have a security bit style, you can sometimes force things, but if you don't, I don't know, sometimes you do need this. You're going to run into a bunch of situations randomly where you need this, and the job cannot be done without it. So definitely get a full security bit style driver. And I don't know how I feel like ratcheting screwdrivers. I don't understand the need for this. This thing has I don't know if it's on a bearing or what, but this just spins and basically is the same thing as a ratchet. So you can just have this and completely forego this. Klein, I'm not really the greatest fan of this one. I don't know why this one always comes loose for me. It's like rubber grip. If I tried, this would slide off. It just feels really loose. The ridges that they have under this and the yellow plastic don't grab this, and it always comes loose. I'm just not a fan of this style. I like to have bits that I can put in a drill, and you can't put these in a drill. I have a lot of bits that I keep in my tool bag that are just like number 2 square, a flip bit that's a Phillips and a number 1 square, or a flip bit that's a Phillips and a number 2 square, or like a bit that'll be like a 9/16 hollow shank that goes into your drill. And yeah, so I don't have a lot of screwdrivers. I think these options for screwdriver, honestly, just these 4 can cover you for a lot of stuff. There is, I think, a place for insulated screwdrivers. I think that's smart, especially because, if you're working in a panel and you go to tighten down a breaker that's off, well, I mean, just in general, like if you're going to be working on a breaker that's in the off position, but still, like if you accidentally touch any live component and then you touch the sidewall, then you're going to have a hole in the side of your screwdriver. So you could break components in the area. So I think a long shank, one with a slim head, so you can actually get into places, is smart. You should get screwdrivers that have the slim head, because otherwise you're just gonna obliterate the insulation, and then what's even the point? Yeah, I would say get like a number 2 square and a number 1 square if you really wanted. If you wanted to work on an outlet live, you could have that to torque down on the screw of the receptacle that you're working on. You can also get a flat and a Phillips for insulated screwdrivers too. I think that's smart, but honestly, outside of like these screwdrivers, I don't think you really need a whole lot more. I'm probably leaving something out, but I've seen a lot of videos of electricians have like 85 screwdrivers, or they have like an insulated screwdriver and it's all ripped to shit, and it's like, what? I don't know. But I feel like this guy will cover you for a lot. I have a 1/4 inch, long shank screwdriver. Have a beater screwdriver that's long. Have a security bit set, and you can have a 3/16 shank, like flat screwdriver. I recently bought one from Skill. It's a little electric screwdriver, and it works amazing for trim plates. You lose so much time installing trim plates that Skill makes this $20 one. I wish I had it on me right now. It's in my car, but that thing is amazing. And I just put a 3/16 bit into that, and it's amazing. But I would say get a 3/16. You can get a 3/16 if you don't want to get that electric little tiny screwdriver. Having an electric screwdriver, a little guy, is really nice for trim plate screws, because you can hold it a lot easier, and everyone knows how awful it is to work with flat-headed screws. So using an electric little cordless screwdriver is awesome. Using it with a drill, it like wobbles and stuff, but like this, I'll do a whole video about that thing. But I don't know, this can cover you for a lot of stuff, and I think just wanted to point that out for people, because I feel like a lot of people will be like, oh, we had a screwdriver set, and then they're just not really happy with it. But these will cover you for a lot of things.